we are at the start of the 2017 high school football season, and the operative number is 1. Every team playing tonight wants to end the season number 1. The teams out on the field tonight, Green Canyon and Pineview. One plays a big part. Pineview was one play away from a 3AA state championship last year. 4th and goal, a defensive stop gives Pineview the trophy. They couldn't get it done. One play cost them the title. For Green Canyon, 1. It's their first ever game. This is game number 1. So everything is new in North Logan, except for Craig Ander. He's been around the block as he comes down from Skyview. What can he do with the Wolves at Green Canyon? Can he make them into a contender? They're a very young team. Only 11 seniors. Get it? 1 and 1. Pineview, one of the top teams in 4A, visiting Green Canyon for a big contest tonight in North Logan on the Valley Channel. The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank, strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric, a tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson, personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan, no gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
Back at Green Canyon High School, the Wolves getting set to host Pineview out of St. George in the first ever contest for this Green Canyon team. Well, the school is new, the team is new. These kids coming from a split off of Skyview High School, and they brought the Skyview coach with them. Craig Ander takes over as a head coach at Green Canyon. He served as a head coach at Skyview for the past 12 seasons. He was 90-46 in those 12 seasons. He had 3 region championships. He serves as the offensive coordinator as well. He runs the spread offense. He has 1 returning starter, and he was a returning starter from Skyview last year. Chad Jorgensen, the wide receiver, and Jorgensen, a 6', 165-pound senior, will play both ways. His little brother might see some playing time as well. McKay Jorgensen, a sophomore, 5'10", 155 pounds. Guys to watch, Joe Geiger. He's the quarterback. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 175 pounds. Brett Gassaway and Brock Mortensen at running back. Brock Mortensen played a lot last year at Skyview, so he's got some experience returning. McKay Jorgensen, we mentioned him. Conrad Ander is a wide receiver for this team, and he's not playing tonight. He's a senior. He's on the sideline, number 1, not dressed tonight with an injury. Bryson Taylor, Danny Rowland, Blake Christensen, Spencer Hola, Jack Bradford, and Derek Sundstrom, all players to watch for this Green Canyon team. Expectations aren't really high for a team that's just starting out, but you look down the road at Ridgeline, they did well last year as a team, but they had a lot of seniors that came over from Mountain Crest. This team for Green Canyon, 11 seniors on the entire football team. Pineview Panthers, Ray Hosner's entering his 17th season as Pineview's head coach. He's won 34 and 51. As a coach, he graduated from Jameson Madison High School in New York, so he's a long way from home. 32 points per game last year for this offense. They run a spread. They have 6 returning starters. And defensively, Pineview will be on defense first. They were 5th in 3AA, only giving up 18.5 points per game, running that 3-4 with 8 returning starters. One of those returning starters for Pineview is their kicker, Connor Brooksby. Connor Brooksby, number 14, getting set to kick off. We're nearly ready to get this season underway in 2017. The clocks are running on. This one goes into the end zone. No chance at a return for Abraham Mesopera, one of the seniors, one of the few seniors on this Green Canyon team. And the Wolves will get the ball at the 20-yard line. One guy to watch for Pineview, Brooks Miley. He's committed to BYU, number 90. Defensive end in this 3-4 defense. And he is a load. He's on the left side, left side of the line right now. You can see him maybe right there on the end of the defensive line, number 90. John Perry at nose guard next to him in that 3-4 look. And a tight formation as they give inside on the first play of the game. As Dygert, and it's a 5-yard pickup. See who the running back was. It was Gassaway. And I would expect, Craig Anders' offenses are usually wide open, but with the lack of experience he has, I would expect this might be the type of a game where they would be pretty conservative and try to shorten this game. They blow a whistle and stop the play. It was caught by Masapera, and it would have been a first down, but they blow it dead, which usually means it's an offensive penalty. And it is a procedure call on Green Canyon.
Offside against the offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat the down.
So they lose the yardage they gained on first down, and they pick up their first penalty of the night. And Dygert steps back in the gun. Gassaway next to him. He comes out of the backfield, and they go downfield, and it's caught into Panther territory. And a gain of 40-plus yards for Green Canyon. 45 yards. And Chad Jorgensen comes up with the grab. Dygert put that one right on the numbers. And Jorgensen down to the 35-yard line on a 45-yard gain for Green Canyon. Green Canyon ready to go. Gassaway in motion. Dygert looks out of the backfield. He had Gassaway on a little out pattern underneath, pretty well defended out there by the linebacker.
Defended on the play by number 34,
Brennan Bithell, one of those returning starters. He of the flowing locks. And it'll be second down, and Dygert with his first incompletion. 2nd and 10 on a promising opening drive for Green Canyon. Jackson Hill on a wing to the near side. 2 receivers split far side. One to this side, and they're going to go up top again to Jorgensen. Out of bounds. Even if he caught it, I don't think he's going to stay in bounds. He dropped it as he hit the ground, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Jack O'Donnell on that right corner. They were going after him. And it'll be 3rd and long now for Green Canyon. This drive starting at their own 20-yard line, a 45-yard pass from Dygert. to Jorgensen. The big play. Mon split wide to this side. Massapera and another receiver on the far side. Gasaway in the backfield, stays in to block. Dygert breaks the pocket. Miley putting on some pressure, and he throws it out of bounds. There's a flag. I think we're going to get a defensive holding. Flag thrown late, and the official on the near sideline as Mon was trying to come back for that one. And on the defensive back, had a hold of some jersey. In high school, it doesn't have to be catchable. That's not part of the rule. So maybe a defensive hold rather than an interference, pass interference call. But they're taking a long time to talk about it, so let's see. Flag thrown clear down at the 20, holding on the defense. So the first penalty on Pineview, and it keeps the Green Canyon drive alive. It's a 10-yard defensive holding penalty, first down, Wolves. They've set the ball, they're trying to get the yard markers to move. Now they get it done. It's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line of Pineview with 10:49 to play here in this first period. The fly sweep to Massapera. They get a block on Miley, and he sheds it and buries the running back at the 30-yard line. Way too slow on the play unfolding there for Green Canyon. On that fly sweep, you want it. That guy needs to be at 100 miles an hour coming around that edge. And he's got to hit the edge 100 miles an hour, and he was trying to look for an opening. They had Miley blocked for a moment, but not long enough. Dygert going down the middle on the post to Jorgensen, touchdown! 30 yards, perfect as the sophomore stays in the pocket, doesn't panic, and throws the strike. And that's the way you want to start your season. With 10:04 to play in the first period, Green Canyon strikes first. Dygert, the sophomore, to the senior Jorgensen. 30 yards in the score. The PAT is up and it's good. And it's 7-0. Wolves on top of the Panthers here at Green Canyon. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Only Wendy's can make the Baconator, because while some other guys use frozen beef from far away,
that's 9,429 miles away.
Wendy's only uses fresh beef from ranches close by,
so we don't have to freeze it.
Then add 6 strips of bacon, cooked fresh in an oven, never a microwave, tossed with plenty of cheese, without a single veggie to get in the way.
Aww. Proving once and for all
that only Wendy's has the bacon and the Ater to make the Baconator.
10:04 to play here in the first period. The opening drive and the inaugural season for the Green Canyon Wolves goes as planned because it ends with a touchdown. A big defensive holding penalty on 3rd down and 10 after an incomplete pass, or during an incomplete pass. A key play on that drive, as well as a 45-yard bomb from Dygert to Jorgensen. Dygert and Jorgensen connected twice for 75 of the 80 yards on that drive. Green Canyon set to kick it away. Ethan Delisle, the sophomore. Nope, they're going to kick onside. And Green Canyon's got a chance to pick that one up, but it rolls out of bounds. Well, they're pulling out the stops. They know they're the underdogs against this powerful squad, and so Craig Ander rolls the dice. They had a great chance at that one. It bounced right off of one of the up men, but it bounced out of bounds. And Pineview will get it at the Green Canyon 43-yard line. Gutsy play. Ryan Javinas, the quarterback, a returning starter. 6'1", 6'2", about 190 pounds. And the guy that he's going to hand it to is a beast. Around the right side goes Jacob Mpungi, 1,640 rushing yards last year. And Mpungi picks up 8 yards. On the tackle, number 20, 238 carries, 1,640 yards, and 17 touchdowns for Mpungi last year. They run a spread at Pineview as well. Press coverage on the outside for Green Canyon. Right up the middle, Mpungi spun around. He's got the first down, and he's inside the 30 down to the 28. Another 7 yards for Mpungi. Gasaway on the tackle. Javinas yet to throw it with a guy like Mpungi in the backfield. He's a quarterback's best friend. Over the middle, this one batted down, nearly picked off. Michael Moten couldn't haul it in. Moten, again, another one of those returning starters. Javinas was 184 of 316 for 2,503 yards last year, 25 touchdowns, but he threw for 11 interceptions. So he was good for about an interception per game, and they throw a flag on that one, and they're going to call defensive holding on Green Canyon. It's going to take me a minute to get used to saying Green Canyon. I'm worried about calling them Skyview. We're out here in the north end, you know, green, blue, exactly alike, right? Nope. 10-yard penalty. Pineview will have a 1st and 10. And Pineview inside the 20-yard line, trailing 7-0 with 9.5 to play in the first period. Here's the pass, the little swing out to Moten. Moten's got a blocker and he's got room, making moves down inside the 10-yard line. That's going to be just short of the first down. 2nd and 1 at the 9-yard line. Venus with 3 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near side. It's Jashawn Allen on this side. Again, that press coverage on the edges. They're going to give it to Mpungi. Finds a hole, squeezes through, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. 6 yards for Mpungi. He's at 3 carries, 21 yards. And Pineview quickly back to the line. They look to the sideline for the play call. Stop the clock on the first down to set the markers, and now wind it again. And a goal-to-go situation for Pineview. Mpungi off tackle, loses a yard. And a flag was thrown just as that play got underway. Let's see if Green Canyon was offsides, because they didn't stop the play. Gasaway will come out. He's asking for a breather. He's replaced by Caden Peterson. They're going to pick up the flag, so no penalty and a loss of a yard from Mpungi. Landon Peterson, a 5'5", 125-pound freshman. Here's Mpungi, right up the middle. Still on his feet, and they push the pile, and down he goes. It wasn't Peterson, Landon Peterson, it was Caden Peterson that came out. He's a lot bigger. He's 5'9" and 185, 65 whole pounds. And he's just a sophomore. Pungi gains 3 yards back. 3rd and goal from about the 2-yard line. Power formation for Pineview. Moten, the only receiver, split. They give it to Mpungi. In behind the line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. So the Panthers a kick away from evening things up here in North Logan. 8:03 on the clock. Green Canyon drove 80 yards and scored to take a 7-0 lead. They did an onside kick, and it was executed almost perfectly. Pineview wasn't really ready for it. It hit one of the up men on his leg. It came back toward the Green Canyon coverage team and rolled out of bounds before they could get on it. So that meant that Pineview's had a short field to get a chance to tie this thing up. PAT up and good, and we're all tied up at Green Canyon. 7-7, you're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
In Utah, nothing is greater than our liberty. And going is always greater than stopping. So when we look for an emergency room, we don't just want one we can trust. We want one we can trust to respect our time. That's why Mountain Star ERs offer board-certified emergency specialists and short wait times. Mountain Star. Together, we're greater.
8:03 to play here at Green Canyon. Eric Olson along with you as the Wolves and the Panthers all tied up at 7 apiece. Long drive by Green Canyon, a short drive by Pineview. And only one deep man for the Wolves. Now they shift. Brooksby set to kick off. Good kick. This one all the way through the back of the end zone. And Green Canyon will take over at the 20-yard line, tied up at 7. Brand new school. The coach is the longest tenured coach. Well, Chris Wise at Bear River may have a year or two on Craig Ander. 12 years for Ander. Wise has been coaching for quite a while, but Mountain Crest, Logan, and Ridgeline all with short-term head coaches. Ridgeline's coach has coached before. Here's a little bit of a mix-up as Digert turned to his left and the running back went to the right. Digert kept it. Maybe a yard for Digert. Chris Howell out at Ridgeline doing a good job last year. Taking over as the AD as well as the football coach this year. Because, you know, you're not busy enough as a football coach and a teacher. Danilo Robinson, the new coach up at Skyview. He was played for the Aggies back in the day in the early to mid 90s. Defensive lineman. Somebody started in motion early for Green Canyon. You know, so I saw what the official's talking about. That's Green Canyon's 3rd penalty. One of those wings, those outside guys, he just kind of twitched a leg. He just kind of moved his leg. And now's the call. You've got to hold stone still out there on the edge, especially if you're one of those guys on the end. Well, Green Canyon able to overcome penalties on their last drive, on their scoring drive. They actually benefited from a big penalty on a 3rd and long. Gassaway asked Digert to play. Digert's getting time to throw. Down the middle he goes to Jorgensen, and Jorgensen can't make the one-handed grab. He was trying to adjust to that one while it was in the air. And back defending was Jacoby Turlington. Colby Turlington again, a returning starter for Pineview. 8 of the 11 are returning starters. I've been watching how they've been trying to handle Miley down there. Miley, the BYU commit, number 90. They've been doing a pretty good job on him. He is a big, strong kid. Got away with a little bit of a hold on him the last time, but hey, whatever it takes, right? Blitz coming. They're going to give it on the end around to Jorgensen. They miss him in the backfield. Turns the corner, loses the ball. Pineview looks to pick it up. And let's see, they've got it. Jorgensen turned the corner, was only going to gain about 3 yards, and he lost the ball. And the first turnover of the game benefits Pineview. They ran that fly sweep the other direction on their last possession. Nothing doing on that. They tried it again toward the left of the offense this time, and not much happening there either. So I don't know if we'll see him go back to that play tonight. Javinas throws back to his man out of the backfield, and he's tripped up for a loss. Dallin Brown, and he loses 2 yards. Javinas threw it a little bit behind Brown. Brown had to go back and get it. He actually lost about 3. Here's Mpungi around the corner. He had nothing, and he ended up picking a whole lot of something up.
Run out of bounds by the Wolves, number 8, Chad Jorgensen.
He got clear down to the 13-yard line. He got 9 yards on Mpungi, and it looked like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage. 32 yards on 6 carries for Mpungi and a touchdown. Here's the keeper by Javinas. Javinas into the end zone, easy for the score. So Javinas with the touchdown, and he gives Pineview the lead.
On to attempt the extra point, number 14, Connor Brooksby.
So Brooksby onto the field, looking to make it a full touchdown lead for Pineview. 6 minutes even on the first quarter clock. Brooksby's kick is up and good, and Pineview with their first lead of the ball game, 14-7. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you think you have coverage for this when you only have coverage for this.
That's not homework.
Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
Well, we're midway through the first period, and 3 touchdowns have been put on the board. 2 by Pineview, 1 by Green Canyon. So plenty of scoring, plenty of offense here early in this one. Short fields both times for Pineview. A missed opportunity on an attempted onside kick and a turnover for Green Canyon have given Pineview easy scoring drives. In fact, 51 total yards for Pineview, and they have 2 touchdowns. Brooksby's kick all the way through the end zone again.
Brooksby's kick in the end zone for a touchback. Green Canyon first down.
Green Canyon
20-yard line.
themselves have, let's see, if you include the fumble on there, 75, 80, 70, 75, and 4. They've got 79 total yards. So they've lost yardage a couple of times. Had an 80-yard drive to start the game. And here they are starting again at their own 20-yard line. Trailing now 14-7 with 6 minutes to play in the first period. They give it to Gassaway. Gassaway a little bit of a crease and he gets 3 yards.
Carrying for the Wolves, number 11, Brett Gassaway.
The 5th rush of the game for Green Canyon.
Play is good for 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Second and 7 for the Wolves. They're going to give it to Gassaway again. He puts his head down, pushes forward. Does he make the 25-yard line? He does not. He gains a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 6.
Usually by number 20, Austin Peterson. Short gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 6.
Talk about Miley, one defensive end. The other defensive end, big man too, Solo Katoa at D end. There's no heights and weights on the Pineview roster. And I think they qualify as big. Diger has Jorgensen wide open. On 3rd and 6. It's a 76-yard touchdown toss. Easy by the Wolves. .150 151 yards receiving on 3 catches and 2 touchdowns for Jorgensen. Diger, 3 completions, 3 out of 4, 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. PAT's good. We're tied up at 14. 4:38 to play in the first. The barn's burning at Green Canyon. The sophomore Joe Digert has thrown for 2 touchdowns and 151 yards here in the first period. All of those yards and both of those touchdowns to the senior Chad Jorgensen. That last one, Jorgensen looked like he just ran the post. He got behind the defense, the key. Digert's had time to throw. Against that 3-4 defense, Pineview is not putting pressure on Digert, the sophomore. You got a sophomore back there. You want to get a little bit of pressure in his face and have the young player make some mistakes. But Green Canyon's doing a good job of protecting him, and that time he waited. Here's another short kick. And they throw the penalty and blow this one down. Is Green Canyon offsides? They're kind of being tricky about who's kicking it. You know, are we going to kick it this way? Are we going to kick it that way? Who's going to kick it? Carter Mon, I think number 20, kicked that one. They're going to call the procedure penalty.
Offside penalty against Green Canyon.
One of the players was offsides earlier. They're explaining it to Coach Ander. Right at midfield. Coach Ander doesn't look like he's buying the explanation. But he's not making much of a deal out of it. So Ethan Delisle, the kicker, number 43. Let's see if he kicks it this time. Coach Ander gives a signal out there. They look to him. He holds up one finger and points to the end zone. Kick it away. Short kick taken by Moulton at about the 21-yard line. Far sideline, he's got a convoy. Around the corner. Jorgensen, the only man there, and he slows him down enough that Moulton's caught from behind. And he's caught from behind by Carter Mon, but another short field for Pineview. Special teams not friendly to Green Canyon here tonight. Green Canyon starting, their average starting field position has been about the 25-yard line of Green Canyon all night. Green Canyon started on their own 20. Every one of their drives. So Pineview in a tie game, making the long drive up to Cache Valley from St. George. Looking for the go-ahead score. Javinas is going to keep it. He kept that. He put that in Mpungi's breadbasket. Pulled it at the last second. And Javinas loses a yard.
Tackled by number 7, Nate Corey.
Nate Corey, the junior, in on the tackle.
Short loss on the play, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 11. Javinas has only put it in the air twice. 3 times. He's 2 out of 3. He's going to hand it right up the middle to Mpungi. Mpungi picks up 5. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Panthers.
Green Canyon's number 11, Brett Gasaway. Gain of 4 on the play, 3rd and 6.
Mpungi in the backfield with Javinas. Moulton and Brown to the near side, and a receiver split wide to the far side. You've got one way out wide to the left. Mpungi right up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown from 16 yards out on 3rd and 5.
Number 6, Jacob Mpungi. Play is good for a Pineview touchdown.
52 yards on 8 carries and 2 touchdowns for Mpungi. And with all the scoring and the clock stopping, we're still in the first period. This is the 5th touchdown of the game. Playing Arena League here in North Logan. Brooksby's kick is up and it's good. 21-14, Pineview back out front. Back with more Game of the Week after this timeout.
Over the period of time, my hearing became worse and worse.
Over the course of the years, I developed a hearing loss, and I would not be able to hear my employees talk to me sometimes.
For Paul Danes and Cache Valley's integrity, his character, his background, his equipment, I would recommend him to anyone for a hearing aid specialist.
21-14, Pineview leading Green Canyon. Things going well offensively for Green Canyon. The special teams has been kind of a rodeo. All right, it's not been kind of a rodeo. It's been bull riders only. And it's been ugly. Defensively, I don't know what Green Canyon has yet. They're given a short field every time Pineview has the ball. So they're trying. But a turnover and kickoffs have been just a little bit crazy. Something for Green Canyon to work on. You know, you get those special teams, you've got a young team anyway, only 11 seniors on the whole team. Lots of kids that really haven't ever played any varsity at all, and you got a bunch of those kids playing on special teams, so it'll be a work in progress. But so far, you would think that Craig Andron's coaching staff have to be feeling pretty good about what they're seeing. They're going against a defense that was one of the top-ranked defenses in 3AA and now 4A this year. But last year they were 3AA, and they're moving the ball, and they're doing it through big plays. Conversely, Pineview I'm sure it feels like, look, we're stuffing them, and then we're giving up 70-yard pass plays on 3rd and long. Let's see if they get into situations where it's a passing down if Pineview starts bringing heat. Linebackers are creeping up. They're going to give it into Gassaway. Gassaway loses it. The nose guard comes out with it. Touchdown, Pineview. Gassaway lost that ball as he got into the pile. I saw it fall out of there at about the 21-yard line, and the nose guard, John Perry, comes out of there with it and rumbles in for the score. 22 yards and another turnover leading to a touchdown for Pineview. Gassaway hit that hole, and it looked like he was starting to lose the ball, and I don't know if Perry ripped it away from him or if it fell all the way to the ground and he just picked it up and took off. But the extra point is good, and now a 2-touchdown lead for Pineview. 28-14, 3:05 to play in the first period. Back with more after this.
And that's why I don't like gyms.
Well, Megan, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
No gym intimidation, no lunks, clean and spacious. Just $10 a month. We're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
Well, you may want to take steel-toed boots if you're going to go hunting with Green Canyon here in the early going, because a lot of feet are being shot here in this first period. Green Canyon, a couple of turnovers and having trouble on special teams, and Pineview taking advantage. Offensively, Green Canyon's moving the ball. They're hanging in there, but they've turned it over twice in a short field. And Pineview jumping on that. Like I say, taking advantage. You'd like to see what would be happening if Green Canyon hadn't turned the ball over a couple of times. Offensively, they have to feel like, hey, we can do some things here. And defensively, I don't know that they really have a feel for what they've got yet, because they've had their backs against the wall all night long. Pineview, you know what they've got, a very good ball team. And they don't need any help. Green Canyon's giving it to them here tonight, and really you'd probably expect that with a young, inexperienced team. 6 touchdowns in this first period. 2 by Green Canyon and 4 by Pineview, and yet another penalty, and it's the same thing. It's the same official calling the same thing on the procedure call. Somebody, he's patting his leg, which is what he did before, so somebody's moving a leg or twitching just before the play. And you get that call every time. 4th penalty on Green Canyon. For Green Canyon, you're kind of in danger time. You're down 2 scores now. You've been going back and forth. You don't want to get heads hanging on a young team. Dyke, lots of time, steps up, looks underneath. Flag thrown again. Boy, this official on this near sideline, he's tossing flags left and right. Cason Holbrook with the grab. Let's see the call. He's getting his money's worth tonight. He's gonna get that. He's gonna get that hanky dirty.
He's brought down by the Panthers, number 20, Austin Peterson.
It was a gain of 5, and they're going to call procedure again on Green Canyon, and he threw that flag
There's a false start
well after the play started. Sometimes they have trouble finding their flag. He hasn't had trouble finding his tonight. Back-to-back penalties. 30 yards worth of penalties for Green Canyon, and now they're back at their own 10-yard line. 1st and 20. Dygert's showing something here tonight. He's keeping plays alive. He's moving around in the pocket. He's finding receivers. Massapera, they fake the give to him. Trouble, look out, into the end zone. He loses the football. He sure looked like he was down, and they're going to say he's down. And is it going to be a safety? The head official was looking real hard at that, and he's going to say he was down inside the 1 yard line. They're going to say his knee was down. Oof, back at the 2. That's a loss of 8. Dygert stood in, and down he went. It definitely wasn't a fumble. And the white hat was looking real hard, trying to decide where that one was down. He decided it was down about the 2 yard line. Second and a long way to go. They got to get to the 30 yard line. And there's another flag. I think this one might be on Pineview, offsides. It is offsides on Pineview. For Pineview, that's their second penalty of the game. And that gets a Bronx cheer from the crowd here. Second and 23. But now Dygert doesn't have to set up in his own end zone before he even gets the snap. Fakes the give, looks outside, throws way over the head of Jackson Hill. Third down and a lot. 3rd and 23 as Hill had snuck out from that tight end position, that wing type position. He had some running room, but Dygert didn't put it on him. 3 for 5 for Dygert. He does have 151 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Now let's see now if Pineview dials up some pressure. On 3rd and long, 3rd and 23. Well, they're just going to give it to Gasaway. Gasaway finds a seam, takes it up to the 16 yard line, picks up 8 yards, and it'll be 4th down. Gasaway 4 carries for 17 yards. That's 4th and about 13. Dygert stays in there, quarterback. See if they end up kicking this or if they're just going to go for it. Hill's going to stand back now and look like he's going to punt it. 1 minute to play here in a long first period. The first punt of the game for Green Canyon. Kind of a knuckler. Out at the 41 yard line. 26 yard kick and another short field for Pineview. They lead 28-14. And special teams is a work in progress for Green Canyon. Again, only 11 seniors on this team. A lot of underclassmen, a lot of kids that have never played any varsity ball. You can play all the JV ball you want, but every level you move up, it ratchets up a notch. And there's nothing that can take the place of game time and game time action. Avinas throws the out, and breaking on that was Nate Corey, and he threw it too wide of his receiver. If he would have thrown it inside, Corey's taken that to the house. Avinas 2 for 4 for 7 yards. He put up numbers, big numbers last year, but it hasn't been his show tonight. It's been Mpungi. Mpungi with 52 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Avinas rushed for a touchdown. The other touchdown coming defensively. This is actually the worst field position of the night for Pineview at the 41. Mpungi, big hole, look out. Mpungi, Mon can't catch him. Touchdown Pineview as he glides in. 41 yards. 93 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first quarter for Jacob Mpungi. Pineview opens up a 3-score lead. 39 seconds to play in the first quarter. Brooksby's kick is up and good. 49 combined points in the first quarter. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Explore what we have to do and what Utah has to offer, and see and learn about a great state that you and I live in.
Picturesque setting here in North Logan as Green Canyon in their inaugural football season, their inaugural football game, finds themselves trailing by 21 points. It was a back and forth game for the first 6 minutes, and has been all Pineview since. It was tied up at 14 all. It's been all Pineview since. 3 scores in a row unanswered, including one defensively, as Pineview has operated with a short field all night. They've taken advantage of turnovers. Green Canyon has made some big plays to get into the end zone, but Pineview has slowly started to assert their dominance. 14 returning starters for this Pineview team. Green Canyon has 1 player with what you'd call a lot of playing experience. And he's made his mark. That's Chad Jorgensen. He's scored the 2 touchdowns. He's got 151 yards receiving. Penalties and turnovers have hurt Green Canyon. Here's a loss on first down of 2 yards. Gassaway gets caught. 5 carries, 15 yards for Gassaway. Christian Reese with the takedown. Now a tight formation for Green Canyon. They're going to run a play before the end of the quarter. Diger looks for Jorgensen. Jorgensen at the stick, stays in bounds, makes a move, loses the football. And it looks like he may have gotten back on it. He did. That'll be the last play of the first period. 35-14. Pineview leads Green Canyon. Green Canyon with the ball and the first down when we come back.
Hi Cache Valley, this is Fernando over the Factory Pizzeria. We're running a special right now. We're giving a free nachos when you buy a large pizza with 3 toppings. Just mention this and you're gonna get a free nachos every time you come. The Factory Pizzeria is located in 119 South Main, below the GS in the basement. Come see as soon as you can. Thank you.
Well, the final play of the first period, a long first period. It was almost an hour-long first quarter with all the scoring. 7 touchdowns scored between both teams in that first period. And the last play was a little bit of a nutso play, a 24-yard pass play and a fumble by Jorgensen right at the end. He was fighting for extra yardage and somebody reached in and knocked that ball free. Jorgensen got back on it. That was the last play of the first period, and now we get ready to start the second period, and Green Canyon trailing 35-14. But they're on their own 42-yard line and moving the ball. Green Canyon with the Kind of the Oregon-colored helmets. The offense has been Oregon-like tonight, at least the scoring, if you take the total on the board. Because Pineview has put up 35 points in the first quarter. Special teams has been a struggle for Green Canyon, and turnovers. Short field all night long. The furthest away that Pineview has taken over the football has been at the Green Canyon 40-yard line. Here's a pass and a completion for 3 yards to Kason Holbrook. That's the first completion to somebody not named Chad Jorgensen. 177 yards passing, McDygert 175 of that to Jorgensen. He's got Gassaway in the backfield with him. He's going to give it to him. Gassaway puts his head down, bowls forward for a couple more. It's going to be 3rd and about 6. 1 for 4 on 3rd downs for Green Canyon. The first possession of the game, they had a 3rd and long. They threw it incomplete, but a defensive holding penalty bailed them out, and they were able to go on and score. Gassaway in motion. Dygert looks for the screen to Jorgensen. Jorgensen dances in the backfield, or dances. It's brought down at the 50. Didn't trust his blockers. If he trusts them and just gets upfield, and that's exactly what his coaches are telling him, is get upfield. He probably picks up the 1st down. He didn't trust him. And a nice open field tackle, and it's 4th and 2. See if they go for it. I mean, why not? You're down 35-14. You're a heavy underdog. Even if you turn it over right here, that's the worst field position of the night for the Pineview offense. See if they can get Pineview offsides. Now they run the check with me. Look to the sideline. The officials counting. They get the snap off. Here's the throw. Dygert was held. No flag. And Coach Ander is upset. The guy that threw a flag every play of the first period keeps it in his pocket there, and everybody in the stadium could see the guy was held coming out of the break. And they turn it over on downs. That's too bad. He was trying to make a break toward the sideline. The defensive back grabbed him and held him. And everybody could see it. But the guy that counts, Coach Ander's still in his ear about it. The ball at the 50-yard line. Pineview leads 35-14. And this is their worst starting field position of the night at midfield. Avinas looking for the big play on 1st down. His man has a step and he can't haul it in. That was Mpungi that was split wide, wasn't it? Was it 6 or 9? It's incomplete. It was 9. It was Deshaun Allen. And Avinas is only 2 of 5. 2nd down and 10. See if we get a dose of Mpungi. Here we go. Mpungi hurdling men, staying on his feet, stepping inside and picking up big yardage down to the 25-yard line. A 25-yard run by Mpungi. But a hold in the backfield is what sprung him. Nifty run as he hurdled over players. There's 2 flags on the play. The official that Coach Ander was in his ear after the non-call on the defensive hold threw a flag, and the white hat threw a flag in the backfield. The flag in the backfield was a hold. Let's see what the sideline official holding on the offense. And he may have had the same call. Might have been 2 holding calls on the offense. It's the 3rd penalty of the game for Pineview. And it backs them up. All the way back to their own 39. I'd say this is unfamiliar territory, but this in the first quarter was, this side of the field was the Green Canyon side, and Pineview spent all night in it. But it is unfamiliar territory for them offensively to be going backwards. And Pungy gets it again, off tackle as he bounces it outside. This kid's got a little bit of burst. And he picks up 10 yards out to the 50-yard line. Just like that, it'll be 3rd and 10. Pungy 103 yards on 10 carries, 3 touchdowns. Not a bad sized kid, not huge. He looks like he might be about 5'11", 6 feet tall. He's got some flash to him and a little bit of wiggle. Big year last year, looking to follow it up with a big one this year. 3rd and 11, they actually only gave him 8. Lots of time for Javinas. He's got a man, and he catches it. Moulton waited for it, hauled it in. No, he lost it, he dropped it. He looked like he was hauling that one in, he dropped it. He was behind the defense. That's one of those returning starters. Moulton, he couldn't haul it in. Stop the press as Pineview's going to punt. 8:38 to play in the second period. Nobody back for Green Canyon. Hill has to get off the field. And Allen kicks it away, and they're just going to let it bounce. And oh boy, that's going to come back and haunt him. Another special teams decision that just does not work out for Green Canyon. They are snake bit on the special teams. So the offense will come out onto the field, and they'll be in deep in their own territory inside the 10-yard line, down at about the 7. 35-14. Pineview leading Green Canyon. This was a back and forth affair, tied at 14-all, and then 3 straight scores for Pineview. And the first defensive stop of the night for Green Canyon just a moment ago, but they didn't send anybody back to field that punt. And it took a big Panther hop, kick backwards to about the 7-yard line. Jorgensen spun around, stays on his feet, finally finished off out at about the 13, his pickup of 6. Six of 8, 186 yards and a couple of touchdowns for Dygert. 184 of those yards and both of the touchdowns to Jorgensen. Jorgensen, 6 feet, 165 pounds, and a senior. Gasaway in the backfield with Dygert. Dygert's going to throw. They're bringing a 4-man rush. He's looking for Jorgensen way over his head. Going for the home run ball, and there were 4 Panthers running with Jorgensen. You think Pineview knows who they want to throw it to? 3rd down and 4. 1 of 5 on 3rd downs for Green Canyon. Very makeable 3rd and 4. 3-man rush. Dygert's got time, looks underneath, and he throws it behind his wide receiver, and he would have been, on 3rd and 4, he would have been 3 yards short of the first down anyway. You know, Jorgensen's running downfield, and they're hanging on to him, grabbing him and holding him, and Coach Anders asking for it. They got it on the first drive of the game, and not since. They're doing whatever they can to slow Jorgensen down. The whole coaching staff is trying to point that one out. Hill is back to kick. Hill's going to rugby punt this one up. And out of bounds up near midfield. Let's see.
Out of bounds.
Right at the 47-yard line.
47-yard line.
Green Canyon, 47-yard line. 7:28 to play here in this first half, 35-14. Well, Coach Ander is working those officials. He is working those officials, looking for another defensive holding call. That's what he talked about that whole time while the offense and defense were getting on the field. He was talking to the back judge. He's one of the guys that look for that call. And he was very demonstrative about it. Here's the little swing. Out to Moten. Moten picks up a block, and he's up near the marker for the first down.
Pass complete to number 3, Michael Moten. Wrapped up by the Wolves, number 17, Kean Marshall.
It is a first down.
Panther first down.
2 catches for 19 yards from Moten. And Javinas and the Panthers are in business at the 37-yard line of Green Canyon. They fake the give, throw the other way. This one on the turf. As Dallin Brown couldn't get it off of his shoelaces. Javinas is 3 of 7 for 17 yards. So he's not having a great night. You don't need your quarterback to have a great night when your running back has 103 yards on 10 carries and there's still 7 minutes until halftime. I would hand it to number 6 right now if I'm the coach. And that's what they do. Mpungi around the left side, making people miss. And he tiptoes out of bounds after a gain of about 8.
Pushed out of bounds by number 6, Dylan Gerber.
Man, I might just keep handing it to that kid. Every time he touches it, it's 10 yards. That's a win right there for Green Canyon. He only picked up 8. He's got a 16-yard touchdown run and a 41-yard touchdown run. Green Canyon bringing the blitz. Oh, Pineview was moving. They got him. A couple of the linemen flinched. They saw that blitz coming. That's 4 penalties on Pineview. 30 yards and 4 penalties. 5 on Green Canyon. That's been pretty even. Green Canyon would like to see some more defensive holding penalties, as Chad Jorgensen's been getting manhandled a little bit, but they don't call them all, whether they could or not. And it's been pretty evenly officiated for the evening. A lot of flags, but it's been pretty even. Javinas waits, has a man across the middle, first down and more. Is getting down near the 15-yard line is Hunter Moore. 19 yards and a first down. Mon with the tackle. First and 10 at the 16-yard line of Green Canyon. 6.5 to play in the first half. 35-14, Pineview with the lead. Here's the give to Mpungi. Left side, got a block. Steps out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 9. 7-yard gain.
Pushed out of bounds by number 9, Jackson Hill.
Jackson Hill was the man that forced him out of bounds. Hill is a good-sized player, 6'4", 235 pounds. Give it to Mpungi again. He's going to go left again, and this time he's not stopping until he gets into the end zone. It's like the guy's wearing an invisibility cloak. He may be one of the X-Men. 11 yards and a touchdown for Mpungi. And with 6:15 left to play in the first half, Pineview has put up 41 points and they're looking for 42. They've scored defensively. They've scored 4 touchdowns on a short field. And that was their first drive longer than 40 yards. Kicks up and good. 42-14. Pineview pulling away from the Wolves of Green Canyon. You're watching the Game of the Week.
PCs Unlimited is Cache Valley's first choice for all things computer. For over 20 years, our friendly and knowledgeable staff have been there to help you with on-site and in-store service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all of your computer needs. Our prices are low and our customer service is the best. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited, 610 North Main in Logan.
6:15 to play in the first half, and Pineview in control, 42-14. This game was tied at 14 all midway through the first quarter, and Pineview has put up 28 unanswered. Green Canyon's had its problems as a first-year school in their first game against a very good opponent. They haven't looked terrible. You see some signs that, hey, they get into region play, things could be interesting. This could be a team that might be in the mix a little bit. Those days of first-year programs going 0 for 10, I don't know that they exist much anymore. But you know, Ridgeline was a little bit of an anomaly at the other end of that last year. So many seniors left Mountain Crest and went to Ridgeline. They were able to have immediate success. And it really hurt Mountain Crest. Well, that really didn't happen. Mostly down on this end, at the north end of the valley. Most of the seniors stayed out at Skyview. 11 of them are out here at Green Canyon, and it's a young team. And they trail 42-14. Dyke throws it behind Holbrook, but Holbrook comes back and makes the grab and picks up 6 yards. And Dygert looking for somebody other than Jorgensen, and I think that's not a bad thing. You know, you've got Jorgensen, and that's great. He's your security blanket. It ends up being 6 yards, not 8, where they spot it. He's your security blanket. You can't throw the same guy all night, can you? Unless you can on Xbox. Say that, and they look for Jorgensen, and there he is. And he loses the football. He catches it, picks up a first down, he fumbles it, there's a flag, and Pineview should have the ball in Green Canyon territory. There's a couple of flags on the play. Let's see. Pineview should have the football at the 33-yard line. As Jorgensen, with his second fumble of the night, for everything he's done right, he has coughed it up a couple of times. Maybe they're going to be talking to him about ball security and hanging on to that ball as they're trying to. So often you see a player try to fight for extra yards and then get stripped. So let's see what the call is. Personal foul on Pineview. Now, if it's after the play, it's still Pineview's ball. So it ends up being about a 7-yard gain and then a lost fumble.
Personal foul is an indication against Pineview.
Another turnover, the third turnover of the game for Green Canyon. Venus looking at the little swing pass and getting out of tackles and getting down inside the 20-yard line is Dallin Brown. They had him hemmed in for a gain of about 3. Instead, he picks up big yardage down to the 17-yard line, 30 yards on a swing pass. 5:21 to play in the first half. And now a timeout called by Green Canyon. Everything kind of discombobulated after that Jorgensen fumble. He caught a pass. He turns the corner. He picks up a first down. He's fighting for extra yardage. He gets stripped. The ball picked up by Pineview. Pineview gets a penalty called on him, but it's still their ball. Green Canyon never really got a chance, and they got their offense on immediately. The Green Canyon defense kind of was still a little bit in a daze. A 30-yard run later, and now Green Canyon coaching staff said, hey, let's just call a timeout and settle them down. You got 3 timeouts in the first half. You might as well use them. You can't take them with you. Try to settle this young team down, as I'm sure their head's just spinning. And what was a 14-14 game has now become a 42-14 blowout. Tight formation for Pineview. Hand it to number 6, send him to the wide side, which is the left side. No, they run that to Brown on that little fly sweep. There's a flag back in the middle of the field as Brown picks up about 8 yards. Let's see what happens. Holding on Pineview. 5th penalty on the Panthers. Takes them back to the 21-yard line. Here's the give to Mpungi. He makes a man miss and then loses 2 yards. $127 yards and 4 touchdowns for Mpungi. He'll take the 2-yard loss. Five minutes to play here in the half. Look out, Javina's in trouble, down he goes. First sack of the ever for the Wolves. Dylan Gerber, number 6, in there. And he loses a few yards. Loses about 6. It's going to be 3rd down and long. 2 of 3 for Pineview on 3rd down. Javinas, he's going to keep it. He's got blockers. He's going to pick up pretty good yardage. A flag comes in right in the middle of the field where you'd expect to see another holding call on Pineview. Let's see if they take it. Green Canyon, I imagine, would take it. Back them up again. It's back at about the 18. That would take it right back to the 28 and make it 3rd and a lot again. 3rd and about 20. Instead of 4th and about 10. Face mask on Green Canyon. Holding on Pineview. They offset. It's going to be a replay. Javina's going to throw it now. Waiting, unloads to the middle, nearly picked off by Mon. Carter Mon broke on it, just about took it away. It's going to be 4th down back at the 28-yard line. Let's see what Pineview does. Leading 42-14. See if they kick it away, go for it, or try a long field goal. It'd be about a 40. Yeah, they're gonna kick it from the far hash, from the left hash. A 45-yard field goal attempt. Let's see if they really go through with it. Brooksby shows a big leg on the kickoffs. And they're gonna kick it. That's got plenty of leg. And it's good from 45 yards. It's 45-14 with 3:56 to play in the first half. Pineview leading Green Canyon.
Vehicle won't start? We can fix that. Not running right? We can fix that. Won't stop? We can fix that. Auto Evolution. Honest service at a fair price on Airport Road.
.356 to play in the first half. 45 points put on the board by Pineview so far. Green Canyon with 14 as the sun sets here in northern Cache Valley. Brooksby is going to kick this one away. He just kicked a 45-yard field goal. This is his first kickoff that's going to be returnable. Returned up across the 20-yard line out to about the 23 by Cole Wright. This, I think, is the best starting field position of the night for Green Canyon. It's the 24-yard line, their own 24-yard line. Not a great night for the Valley teams so far. 17-7 Skyview trails Stansbury. That one just before the half. Spanish Fork shutting out Ridgeline 9-0. That one at the half. Mountain Crest and Highland are tied at 7 at the half. Bear River leads Juan Diego 6-0 at the half. Bonneville leads Logan 20-0 at halftime. Here's Jorgensen, slips out of one tackle and is up across the 40-yard line. 19 yards. He's got 210 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. Jorgensen having a night. But he's turned the ball over twice. He's fumbled it twice. And I'm sure he'll go back and look at those and think those touchdowns were great, but dang, those turnovers. They're going to him again. Down the sideline, can he get there? No. He had a step. The safety was late. And if Dygert gets it there, it's a touchdown, but Dygert put it just a little out in front of him. Dygert saw that safety coming over. So he put it out there a little bit further and make sure that safety didn't have a play on it. And Jorgensen couldn't quite get there. 3:20 to play in the half. .31 unanswered points by Pineview after we were tied at 14 all. Gasaway looking for an opening. No, Dygert's going to keep it for the first time tonight. Fooled me, fooled the defense. Got 5 yards. Dygert 3 carries for -2 yards. He's been sacked once. He carried one other time, I guess, and had a yard. 3rd and 5, 1 of 6 on 3rd down for Green Canyon. Penalties, turnovers, 3rd down conversions have all been problem areas tonight for Green Canyon in this first half. Got a few games to clean that up before region play starts. Gassaway gets a block, bursts into the second level and picks up a first down. Nice patient running by Gassaway as he picks up 8. Gassaway, Brett Gassaway, 5'7", 175 pounds. .220 in the clock running with a first down on the Pineview 44-yard line. They're going to run a little receiver screen out there, and Pineview not fooled. Incomplete, and it was probably a good thing it went incomplete. It would have lost yardage. Second and 10. One hop back to Digert. They give to Gassaway, and he loses 3 yards. He's brought down in the backfield. He's tackled back there, met by Bithell. And Bithell laid the wood to him. They're going to let that clock run. I wonder if they're going to let it run down and then take a timeout. It's going to be 3rd and 13. Nope, they're going to run the play. Digert, not a bad showing for the sophomore in this first half so far. He's hung in there and offsides for Pineview. He's hung in there, hasn't got a lot of pressure. The offensive line has done a good job of keeping him clean, and Digert's moved around in the pocket, not panicked. He's missed on a couple of throws, but he's made some nice throws. All in all, Coach Ander has to probably be feeling pretty good about his sophomore quarterback. Digert throwing it out to Jorgensen. Jorgensen whacked and loses the football. He said he didn't catch it. He would have been about a yard short of the first down. And it's an incomplete pass instead of a fumble with 1:12 on the clock. Bithell gets over there. Fourth down and 8. Hill is out there. He's going to start up at the line as a tight end. Masapera is in the wing, receiver to this side, and Jorgensen to the far side. And now they're going to call timeout, are the Wolves, and talk about it. They've got a 4th down. They're at the 42-yard line of Pineview. They're trailing 45-14. You know, you might as well go for it and work on some stuff. When you look at what they've got coming up, it's a pretty tough opening schedule here for Green Canyon. They play Shelley, Idaho. It's at Idaho State next week, and Shelley usually has a pretty good team. They're up there just outside Idaho Falls, and that game is going to be up in Pocatello. Then they play Viewmont here at home on the 1st of September. Chugiak, Alaska here at home on September 8th, and then they open region play against Logan on September 15th. So they've got 4 games to see what they've got to iron out the kinks. And you know, starting lineups are not written in stone. That's something these young players are going to learn as well. You might start that first game and had a pretty good summer, but then when you get into the live fight, if you still can't produce, then you might see that playing time go down. Dygert throws back to the middle, has a man, he throws it just wide of him. He had his man down there. Case and Holbrook would have a first down inside the 30-yard line. Dygert didn't get his feet set, didn't get all the way around and threw it wide of Holbrook. So the Panthers take over with 1:08 to play. That's a good play. It's a good design. Without knowing the exact pattern that Holbrook should run, it looked like that Dygert just kind of missed. Which he hasn't missed on many tonight. It was 9 of 16. So he's over 50%. Venus. They're going to throw and get the number 6 out into space. Mpungi knows what to do with it out there. He gains 8.
He's tackled by the Wolves, number 12, Trey Jensen.
That's his first reception of the night from Mpungi. 40 seconds to play in the half. Near midfield. Pineview leading by 31. They blew this thing wide open in the second half of the first period. Good a time for Javinas. A man wide open, he drops it. Sometimes it's too easy. That was not broken coverage. That was shattered and obliterated coverage because Moten was running wide open down the sideline. Would have been a 51-yard touchdown. Instead, it's 3rd down and 3. 6 of 11 for 74 yards for Javinas. They've tried to settle him down, and they've been throwing a lot of stuff underneath and little swings and everything for him. Boy, Mpungi likes to break left. He stays on his feet. Cuts it back inside, but they say he stepped out of bounds. That kid is shifty. 17 yards on 3rd down and 3. 144 yards on 15 carries in the first half for Mpungi. Green Canyon just trying to keep Pineview out of the end zone. They've had to punt once of the Panthers. Javinas waits, has a man, but Brown can't come up with it. Mon flashed in front of him. Just enough to break up the concentration of the receiver, and he can't haul it in. 11 seconds left on 2nd down and 10. The spread offense has a draw type play for Mpungi. Make it look like a pass. Everybody's up. Everybody's up for Green Canyon. If they get through that, he's going. He does not get all the way through it. He gets 9 yards through it. And Pineview calls timeout. 5 seconds to play. Brooksby has the leg to hit from here. It'd be about a 41-yarder. He hit a 45-yarder from the same hash mark on their last possession. And Brooksby's out on the field. There's some players on this Pineview team. Brooksby, big leg, Mpungi. Nice runner. Miley's been quiet, big number 90. But they haven't run his direction a lot. He hasn't been able to generate a pass rush. Green Canyon's done a good job of keeping the BYU commit off of the quarterback. But there hasn't been much there in the running game. 18 yards rushing in the first half for Green Canyon. 13 carries, 18 yards. So Brooksby from the left hash. 43 yards. He hit from 45 yards earlier. Plenty of leg and plenty of aim and fluid. 48-14 is our score at the half. Pineview was all tied up at 14, and since then they've done whatever they've wanted. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
You never know when you're going to get hurt. If that happens, our team at Mountain Star Healthcare is ready to help you get back to enjoying the activities you love. We provide award-winning orthopedic care at 8 hospitals from Logan to Payson. You can count on our specialists. We'll discuss treatment options with you and work on your recovery together. With our help, you'll soon be back to doing what you love. Mountain Star Healthcare. What makes us better makes you better.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank. Strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric. A tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. Camp Chef. The way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.
Hey, Dow.
What's up, buddy?
Okay. I know Wendy's taco salad is back, and it's awesome. I mean, a lot of things from the 90s were.
You got that right.
Oh, that hair isn't one of them.
It is. I was there.
You can't go to work like that.
Maybe you're right.
No.
Drop you to school.
You can't do that.
Yeah, I can. I got a car.
Back at Green Canyon High School in North Logan. I'm Eric Olson along with you here tonight as the Wolves and the Pineview Panthers tangling here tonight. Got a bank of lights out. There's 4 big banks of lights here at Green Canyon. 2 on each side, and then northwest ones aren't working. There's only 1 light that's on that bank of lights. They were literally putting the finishing touches on this stadium this week. I talked to people that were involved, different media outlets that were coming out here to radio and our production crew checking things out. And I mean, they hadn't even run stuff earlier in the week, so they have been under the gun here at Green Canyon to get it ready for the game tonight. But I don't know if you can tell in our picture, that north end of the field, it's a little bit dark. So Pineview will get the ball to start the second half, leading 48-14. Should be a running clock here in this second half with that big old lead. Ball still free, finally picked up by Brown. Brown, far side. Did anybody stay home for contain as he kicks it back in and gets back to about the 44-yard line as he started on the near side, went all the way to the far side, got it out to the 44-yard line. And that's where Pineview will take over. First half thoughts and impressions. Dygert looks like he might be a pretty good quarterback. The offensive line has kept him clean tonight. He's only been sacked once and hasn't been under a lot of pressure. He's thrown for a lot of yards, and I'll get to it after this play, but Green Canyon actually has more yards than Pineview, but they're trailing 48-14. This one comes up short, and Javinas was hit as he threw that one. He was slow to get up. First half stats, 158 rushing yards for the Panthers, 153 of those for Mpungi, 74 passing yards for 232 total yards, 18 rushing yards for Green Canyon, 220 passing yards for 238 total yards. So 6 more yards, 31 less points, 34 less points. And I don't know why the clock stopped. It should be. I thought that 31 was a running clock. Mpungi picks up 6 yards and adds to his total. Third down and 4 for Pineview. They're 3 of 5 on the night on third down. Javinas looking, Mpungi free in space, has a blocker. Look out, Mpungi putting on the Jets, and he's tripped up at the last second by Jorgensen. He gets down at the 20-yard line. 30 yards, there's a flag in the backfield. May have been a roughing the passer where that flag is. Let's take a look. Or a hold on the offensive line. Holding on Pineview. 7 penalties on Pineview. 10, 20, 30, 40, 55 yards. 5 penalties on Green Canyon. 30 yards worth. So instead of a first down at the 20-yard line of the Wolves, Pineview will be backed up, back to their 34-yard line, and will be third down and many. Third down and about 20. Where they had Mpungi out in space, the linebacker tried to chuck him, tried to grab him and hold him and just keep him out of the pattern and knock him off the pattern, and Mpungi just said, nah, and run the same play. Now they split him out, and they're going to fake that play to him to the other side and throw back into the middle to Moten. Moten on the screen. Moten still on his feet, stumbling, and they grab a hold of him and don't get him thrown down. Moten now thrown down out of bounds, and ooh, the official was thinking about throwing his flag. He picks up a first down on 3rd and 20. They had a chance to haul him down 10 yards short of the first down, and instead it's a first down. 3rd and 20, they got 20. Moten 3 catches, 39 yards. Javinas is going to keep it. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Ooh. He was torn down with his legs under him funny, and you just worry about it when guys get hauled down like that, as Dylan Gerber twisted him around, and Javinas loses 2 yards. Second and a dozen. To Mpungi. Patient runner finds the hole, gets around the end, down he goes at the 40-yard line of Green Canyon. Eight yards from Mpungi. 167 rushing yards for Mpungi. 200s within his grasp. Javinas is going to throw. Mpungi's open in the left side. Mpungi turns the corner. Gasaway can't catch him. Mpungi back in bounds as he was right on the sideline, and he cuts it back in, and he picks up the first down. 13 yards and a first down. Fake the give to Mpungi. Havinas in trouble, gets out of it for the moment. Stays out of it, he's going to tuck and run. Picks up a block downfield and a flag on that block. 2 flags. Looked like a clip. Looked like a clip. It's an illegal block in the back at the 15-yard line. That'll move it back. Boy, there's 2 other flags in the middle of the field. They all might have been for the same thing. It was pretty obvious what had happened. Lots of flags in this game tonight, which you kind of expect in the first game action. They've been going against each other for a couple of weeks, and now they finally get to go against somebody else. It's going to be back almost to where they started this drive. It really is. So it'll be 1st and 10 again. 8 penalties now on Pineview. One of the few things they've done wrong. Pineview has not turned it over. Green Canyon's turned it over 3 times. There's a flag, and Pineview with another. The Green Canyon sideline's been working on the officials, telling them, hey, their guys are leaning and this and that. I've been watching them, asking for a couple of penalties that way, and they call one there. First and 15. Three receivers to the left side. Havinas is going to keep it and go right. Havinas making guys miss, spinning around. He's actually tackled by his own man. He's down to the 19-yard line. He had to get to the 18 for a first down. He got 14 yards. They've taken Mpungi out of the game.
2nd and 2.
Anything wrong with him, or they're just giving him a rest? With a big lead. Ball's on the turf. Green Canyon with a chance. And it looks like maybe they've come up with their first turnover of the season, of ever. And they did. It was fumbled out there by Julian Olson. And Green Canyon recovers. So the Wolves will get it. They keep Pineview out of the end zone. They come up with the turnover. And their offense has been silent since the first quarter. Even though they have, at halftime, they actually had more yards than Green Canyon. Gassaway picks up a couple of blocks, gets hauled down. Out at about the 27-yard line. Pick up a 4.
Second and 6.
Tiger looking. Throwing. Incomplete. They're still working. Green Canyon sideline still working the sideline official, looking for a holding call on Jorgensen. And they were looking Jorgensen's way. And 3 coaches hollering at the official and pointing. Saying, look, I'm holding him. They've been looking for that call since the second quarter. They've switched now. The official that was on this near sideline in the first half is on the other sideline. And this guy's over, and the new guy's over here. 3rd down and 6. Oh, nearly picked off. For Paul Von Dinklage, as he cut in front, that would have been a touchdown, and it's going to be 4th down. 2 for 9 on 3rd downs for Green Canyon. Hill's in there to punt. He's a rugby-style punter. This one's a good kick. He gets into that one and takes a Pineview bounce, and then they pick it up. Allen picks it up on one hop. He's finally hauled down. Pineview will take over, and there's a penalty flag at the 41-yard line of Green Canyon. So let's see what the call is. Sean Allen got a pretty decent return on that after it looked like he was just going to let it go. It bounced right to him, so he picked it up, headed for the far sideline. Right now, the ball on the 41-yard line, they're going to call the penalty against Pineview. Another illegal use of the hands, so another big penalty. 3-6, man, that's the 10th penalty on Pineview. There were actually 2 flags. No, there was just one. The other official tossed a flag back to the other guy. He didn't catch it. So, worst starting field position of the night by far for Pineview as they take over at their own 25-yard line, leading 48-14. Mpungi's back in there, 9 yards, that quick. He's getting some good holes up front. Jorgensen with the tackle. Everybody up for Green Canyon. And they're going to fake the give to Mpungi, and they're going to go downfield, and he threw right between the 2 patterns. He had a man dragging across and another guy running down the sideline, and he threw right in between both of them. Avinas is 8 of 15 for 107 yards. It's been the Jacob Mpungi show. 176 yards on 19 carries, 4 touchdowns. He's got the ball again. They've got him in the backfield, and this time they're able to wrap him up. 3rd down and 1. A loss of 3 for Mpungi. Pineview falls to 5 of 8 on 3rd down with that one. Still pretty effective on 3rd down. 4th and 3. Green Canyon's not putting anybody back as Allen's in to kick. Jorgensen's the safety, but he's only playing 10 yards back. They're just not even going to field the punt. And this time it works in their favor. It takes a sideways bounce. Last time it kicked backwards and went clear inside the 10-yard line. So the 39-yard line is where Green Canyon will take over with 5:41 to play here in the 3rd period. Digert in the backfield with Gassaway. 14 points in the first quarter for Green Canyon. They got off to a good start, but since then it's been all Pineview. Dygert in trouble. Sacked for the second time tonight. They've kept him clean all night long. That time they had a double move on. He had the pump action. He was waiting for somebody to come free, and the pocket collapsed before he could step in and deliver. They were looking for the big play. 3 down linemen in that 3-4 alignment for Pineview. Running 2 safeties deep. Now Hill's going to switch to this side. Dygert's going to give the gas away. Got a little bit of an opening. Puts his head down, stays on his feet. First down and more. His best run of the night. 22 yards. And carries 48 yards for Gasaway. Hitting that hole. He got his head down, trying to hit it hard. Came through there. It's like, hey, look at this. And turned it on. And 22 yards later, it's 1st and 10 at the 40 of Pineview. 4.5 to play in the third period. Dygert going up top. Nobody's home.
Dygert's pass intended for Chad Jorgensen.
Looking for Jorgensen, and of course he was double covered. If they are going to commit 2 guys to covering Jorgensen, that means that there's got to be somebody else that's drawing some single coverage. They have to be able to find that matchup. Gasaway looking for the edge, and he can't get it. And it was Miley with the tackle. -1 on the run for Gasaway. Miley's been quiet tonight. We haven't called his name much. That time they ran at him. He said, no, not tonight. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and Gasaway in the backfield with Dygert. 3-man rush. Dygert unloads, and they're going to get an offense or a defensive hold. Jorgensen was trying to get inside, make a move to the inside, and they wouldn't let him through. Put your body in there. But Jorgensen got kind of grabbed and held up and was stumbling, and that time they threw the flag, holding on defense. The 11th penalty on Pineview. $95 yards worth of penalties for Pineview. That'll be a first down at the 30-yard line for Green Canyon. 3:38 to play in the third. Dygert, lots of time. Now he has to get out of the pocket, and he just throws it away. He hasn't thrown a completion here in the second half. This is only their first possession. Bonneville leads Logan 27-14 late in that ball game. Going to give it to Gasaway. Gasaway tumbles forward for a short gain. Bissell comes out of the pile with the ball, heads to the other end zone, and they say, now bring it back, Goldilocks. That's a lot of hair, and I'm a little bit jealous, I've got to tell you. 3 yards for Gasaway. Third and 7. 3 of 10, 2 by penalty on third down conversions. Tiger stands, delivers, nobody home. He threw the out, everybody else was in. 4th and 7. Fox Elders all over Layton, 39-0 late in that ball game. Highland leads Mountain Crest 21-14 late in that game. All the other games are in the 4th quarter except for Skyview Stansbury. That's final. Stansbury was winning that game at the half, and Skyview ends up beating Stansbury's as Green Canyon takes a timeout. Skyview beats Stansbury and come from behind to beat Stansbury 27-17. Logan trying to make a comeback against Bonneville. Mountain Crest trailing in their game against Highland. Juan Diego now leads Bear River 10-6, that one in the 4th quarter. Let's see if we can't get you a Ridgeline score while we're in the timeout here. Beautiful night as we start the 2017 football season. Oh my goodness, good summer behind us, good football started. Maybe life can begin again. Spanish Fork beating Ridgeline, that one in the 4th, 16-0. All right, 4th down and 7. Dygert again looking for that double move. Hit as he's trying to throw, he fumbles it. And they're going to say that it was an incomplete pass. So that's an incomplete pass. And at the 27-yard line, Pineview will take over. They kept him clean most of the night. I mentioned that at halftime. And now on that first drive of the second half for Green Canyon, they've put him on the ground twice. Both times with a 3-man rush. That time he stood back there a long time. And sometimes you got to help your linemen out. You can't expect them to block for 6-7 seconds. And they looked like they were trying to go again a double move type thing as he was pump faking. Avinas, he's going up top and he overthrows his man. He was looking for Mpungi. I don't know if Mpungi has D1 size, but he sure looks like he's got the D1 skill. I hope there's an Aggie coach watching this game tonight. That kid can play. Second down and 10 for Pineview as we're under 2.5 to play here in the 3rd. Mpungi using blockers, making people miss. Look out! Cuts back inside, stays on his feet down to the 45-yard line. 38 yards for Mpungi. He's over 200 for the night. .211. And 4 touchdowns for Jacob Mpungi. Patient runner, sets up his blocks. Hard to bring down, shifty. Get him in space, and he makes things happen. Avinas is going to keep it. Looks like he wanted to give, and loses 2 yards. He wanted to give, the running back didn't want to take. No, no, you keep that. And let everybody hit you. Green Canyon gave up 35 points in the first quarter. Only 13 cents. But that's 48 overall, and they've only scored 14. Javinas is going to keep it. Javinas has blockers. Javinas steps out of bounds right at the marker. He's going to be just a little bit short, maybe about a yard short. 26 yards on 7 carries for Javinas. It's going to be third and a yard. 4 of 8 on third down for Pineview. They put one more point on the board, and it's a running clock. Running clock starts at 35-point lead. There's 1:15 to play in the quarter. The first quarter took 50 minutes to play with all the scoring, all the clock stoppages. Javinas keeps again, steps inside, and takes it down to the 13, a 14-yard gain. Now he's up to 40 yards on 8 carries. 250 yards on the ground by Pineview. Last year they averaged 32 points per game. Eclipsed that by a lot, by 16 points here so far in this one. 51 seconds to play in the third, and Pineview takes a timeout. On 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. They want to talk a little bit about what they're going to do next. Let's talk a little bit about our football schedule for the season. With 5 teams in the Valley, you know, we want to get the best matchups, obviously. You take a look and try to figure that out. It used to be when we'd make these schedules, you'd look at the in-Valley games and we'd get all those and then look for the best matchups. Well, now with 5 teams, we're not going to be able to get every in-Valley game. It's just impossible because some weeks they're all playing each other. So we're looking for the best matchups that we can. Next week, it's Park City at Logan. Park City, always a pretty good ball club, and Logan still trying to rebuild. Viewmont at Green Canyon on the back here in North Logan on the 1st of September. And then on the 8th of September, Stansbury at Mountain Crest. Where Mountain Crest 3 weeks in a row is Mountain Crest goes to Ridgeline on the 15th of September, and then on the 22nd, Mountain Crest at Skyview. After this play, we'll talk a little bit more about the remaining schedule. They're going to fake it to Mpungi. Here's the throw to the big tight end, Miley. The D end also plays tight end, 13 yards and a touchdown. First touchdown pass of the night for Javinas. Miley with the grab, and there's an injured player for Green Canyon down on the field, and it doesn't look good. He looks like he's in pain. Push in here and see if we can see who it is. I hope he's okay. Sometimes guys writhe around and act like everything's broken, and it's because they got the wind knocked out. If you've ever had the wind knocked out of him, you know what that's all about. Never see him pushing on his toe like that, it's a cramp. He's got a cramp in his calf, and they're just trying to work that out. And he's going to be okay. Pushing, that's Abraham Massapera. They've got that foot up in the air, and they're pushing that toe forward. That's a cramp in the calf. Get him sideline, get him 4 bananas and some pickle juice, and he'll be just fine. The wind picking up here at Green Canyon. We're actually on top of the press box. In true Cache Valley fall fashion, it went from 90 degrees to 50 in about 10 minutes. Brooksby's PAT up and good. 55 points on, 54 points on the board for Pineview, and they lead Green Canyon. You're watching Game of the Week.
Only Wendy's can make the Baconator, because while some other guys use frozen beef from far away,
that's 9,429 miles away.
Wendy's only uses fresh beef from ranches close by so we don't have to freeze it. Then add 6 strips of bacon, cooked fresh in an oven, never a microwave. Toss with plenty of cheese, without a single veggie to get in the way.
Proving once and for all
that only Wendy's has the bacon and the Ader to make the Baconator.
55-14, Pineview leading Green Canyon with 46 seconds to play here in the third period. Well, Pineview joins the Half Century Club on the first weekend of high school football. South Summit with 51 points today, Parowan with 53 points today. And now Pineview with 55. Taking a quick look to see if anybody else has put up a 5 spot today. Sometimes you expect that score from some of those smaller schools. Those are shootouts, a lot of those games. Nobody else has hit 50, it looks like. Well, North Sevier put up 54, and here's a score for you. We talked about how Skyview came from behind to beat Stansbury. Well, Mountain Crest has rallied to take the lead against Highland. That's at Highland, 22-21. Bear River's back out in front of Juan Diego in the fourth quarter of that one, 14-10. They're going back and forth in that game. Bonneville ends up beating Logan 34-14, your final on that one. Here's the throw off the hands of the intended receiver. Dygert leads him a little bit, but it really should have been caught. I don't know if you can tell, I'm sure you can hear through the microphone that the wind is picking up. Dygert looking underneath. Gassaway turned and it was already past him. So Dygert started out this game with a pretty good completion percentage, but now he's 9 of 20 for 220 yards. He threw for 175 yards in the first quarter. 55 yards since. That's the end of the third period. 55-14, Pineview all over Green Canyon. You're watching.
In Utah, nothing is greater than our liberty. And going is always greater than stopping. So when we look for an emergency room, we don't just want one we can trust. We want one we can trust to respect our time. That's why Mountain Star ERs offer board-certified emergency specialists and short wait times. Mountain Star. Together, we're greater.
We get ready to start the fourth quarter, and we were looking at some of the other scores going on. Logan lost to Bonneville tonight. Skyview beat Stansbury. Mountain Crest is trying to hang on to beat Highland, and Ridgeline is being shut out. That game just about to go final. Spanish Fork leads Ridgeline 22-0. In this one, it's 55-14. It was tied at 14 midway through the first quarter, and it's been all Pineview since. Dygert too high, pick, going the other way, and it's another defensive touchdown for Pineview. There is a flag back at the 24-yard line, so let's see. It may not be a pick six. Let's see what the call is. Illegal use of the hands on Pineview. And it looks like it's after the pick. So the first pick of the night thrown by Dygert. And that was back right at the point where, near where the ball was intercepted, and so then pushed back to about the 34-yard line. That's where Pineview will take over. So Dygert started this game 4 of 6. Since then, he's only completed 5 passes. He's only 5 of 15 since then. He was 4 of 6 for 2 touchdowns and 175 yards. And he's 6 of 15 since then and an interception. There'll be some growing pains for Green Canyon this year. They're not going to be playing a team like Pineview every week. And I think the region's going to be pretty wide open this year. Dallin Brown's your quarterback now.
He's too cut to the back there by number 7.
Picked up a yard as he kept it that time.
Gain of 1 yard, 2nd and 9.
Is that Brown? Or is that Von Dinklage? 8. Yeah, that's 8. Von Dinklage. You got a new running back as well who's putting up yards.
On the tackle, number 6 for the Wolves.
10 yards for Olsen.
Plays good play. Pineview, first down.
So Paul Von Dinklage is the quarterback right now for Pineview as they lead 55-14. We're in a running clock situation. Von Dinklage is going to keep it. Makes a cut back to the middle. Stays on his feet, doesn't score, but gets awfully close. 21 yards down to the 2-yard line. Now it's Brown that's back in at quarterback, number 2. And he's going to keep it and dive in for the score.
On the keeper, number 2, Dallin Brown, in for a Pineview touchdown.
– 61 points put up by Pineview, with 62 pending. Brooksby's had lots of work tonight. 45 and 42-yard field goals, lots of PATs and plenty of kickoffs. 9:48 to play, 62-14. Pine.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you think you have coverage for this when you only have coverage for this.
That's not homework.
Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
Back at Green Canyon, just about said it. Just about said Skyview. Back at Green Canyon. It went like this last year. You know, you go out to Ridgeline, you see all these Mountain Crest people you've seen for years at Mountain Crest. You want to say Mountain Crest. Now we're here at Green Canyon. You see all these people you're used to seeing at Skyview. You want to call it Skyview, but it's not. It's Green Canyon. It's the newest high school in Utah. It's 4A, and it's getting it handed to it tonight here by a very good Pineview team who's also gone to 4A this year. They changed the classifications. 6A is the highest classification now. So 6A is what 5A used to be. You know, just kind of bump everybody up. 4A kind of what 3A, what used to be considered 3A. It's all 5 of the Valley schools plus Bear River in Region 12. Brooksby's going to kick it away. He's only had 1 return tonight. This is going to be number 2. Short of the 20. Goes Cole Wright. Well, I was talking about our schedule for the year a little bit earlier, and when I left off, we were at the 22nd of September, Mountain Crest at Skyview. Then we're going to be a Thursday night, Skyview at Logan, because BYU is going to be playing Utah State up at the stadium on Friday, so they've moved the high school games to Thursday night that week. That's the 28th. Green Canyon at Skyview, we'll have that game. That'll be interesting. That'll be a new rivalry on the 6th of October. Ridgeline at Skyview on the 13th of October, and then Payson at Logan to end out the season, the regular season. Then we'll see what happens with the playoffs. We typically take those early round games. If they're home games, we'll typically pick those up. It depends on how these teams do this season. You're with 5 of the 6 teams in the region being in the Valley, you're guaranteed that you're going to have some Valley playoff games. So I'm sure we'll have a playoff game or 2 for you as we get down the line, but that's 3 months down the road. Yassaway carried a couple of times for 9 yards. And it's 3rd and 1, and they're just going to keep wedging that up in there. He picks up a yard and looks like he's got the first down. Green Canyon kind of calling plays now like, all right, let's get this thing done. 14 carries, 60 yards for Gassaway. Gassaway in the open field, putting his shoulder down out to midfield and beyond. 23 yards for Gassaway. 15 carries, 83 yards now for number 11. Green Canyon 4 of 12 on 3rd downs after that play. They're going to hand it to him again. And he's going to pick up good yardage again. 48, so 18, 19 yards. He's over 100. 102 yards on 16 carries for Gassaway. He's picked up 42 yards on his last 2 carries. 62-14, Pineview still firmly in control with a running clock. See if they let Dygert throw it or if they just keep running. They give it to Gassaway again. Bounces it outside. Stiff arms a man, stays up. Flag thrown. Gassaway inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. It's a 21-yard run. Let's see what the flag is out at the 21-yard line.
On the tackle for the penalty, number 29, Abraham Shelton.
Face mask on Pineview. So the 21-yard run stands. Plus a half the distance to the goal penalty will put it down at about the 4-yard line.
It's against the defense.
It's a lot of the second teamers in there now for Pineview, but Gassaway showing some pop. He's carried it 17 times. This evening. Running pretty hard. Only 5'7", 175 pounds. Dygert keeps it down to the 2. Green Canyon looking for another touchdown. Tight formation. They give it to Gasaway, or did Geiger keep it? Let's see. They gave it to Gasaway, and he gets in from 2 yards out. So Delisle comes on for the extra point. Green Canyon finally gets back into the end zone for the first time since the first quarter. 62-21. Pineview still in control, but Green Canyon still fighting. (62-21). Pineview still firmly in control, but Green Canyon putting together a drive, keeping it on the ground. Paul Gasaway scores from 2 yards out, 125 yards and a touchdown on 18 carries for Gasaway. A bunch of these Valley games are going final. Skyview wins tonight. Mountain Crest with a big win. They go down to Highland, come from behind and beat Highland 22-21. Pineview's just going to take a knee after they catch the Moten catches the kick. And the Pineview offense back on the field with a lot of subs in there now. So Mountain Crest and Skyview won. Logan got beat tonight. Ridgeline got shut out tonight. And no, Ridgeline actually did score late in that one, 22-8. They got beat by Spanish Fork, and Pineview rode the bus a long way up here and acted like they were angry about it as they took it out on Green Canyon here so far tonight. 62-21 they lead. The running clock here in this fourth quarter because of the gap in the score here. 211 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns for Jacob Mpungi. And he caught 2 passes for 21 yards, so 232 all-purpose yards from Mpungi. Javinez threw for 120 yards and a touchdown. And we've got a injured Panther out there on the field. He's looking like he's gonna try to roll over and get up. He's not putting much weight on that leg. Is that Tom Colburn, the right guard? And now he's trying to put a little weight on it as he gets to the sideline. They're acting like they're not too concerned about it. So maybe that one's another cramp. You see a lot of those in these early season games. Gasaway's rushed for 125 yards for Green Canyon. Dygert's thrown for 220 yards and a couple of touchdowns. But 4 turnovers for Green Canyon, some trouble on special teams. And here's Brown. Proving hard to bring down as he picks up 15, 14 yards. Brown stays in at quarterback, hands off to Olson. Olson picks up a yard.
First there for the Wolves, number 49, Peterson.
Under 5 minutes to play now in this ball game. Well, first ever here at Green Canyon. Probably not one they're going to want to remember. A lot of high schools in their very first year, their very first game, it's the same story. Brown's going to keep. Reverses field, cuts back into the middle. Picks up 9 yards. Keep the sticks moving. But they're looking to start their own tradition. And they've got a good coach in Craig Ander here. He was a great coach at Skyview in 12 years, 3 region titles. You know, you could just pencil him in for the playoffs every single year. We had some really good teams here the last couple of years, especially the last 2 or 3 years. They really had a special group of kids and made some noise. Here's the give to Olson, and he's going to lose a couple of yards. Now they're here starting their own new traditions. Nice schools. It's a big, looks like a pretty big school. You look at it and try to compare it to Ridgeline. It looks like it's a little bit bigger than Ridgeline. I don't know if it really is or not. A couple of nice new schools here in the Valley, and we'll see how the dynamics play out. You would think that Skyview Green Canyon will be a rivalry, and Ridgeline Mountain Crest will turn into a rivalry. In fact, they didn't play each other in football last year. Here's Brown, shifty, spinning, lurching forward, picking up 7 as we approach the 3-minute mark. He's got 33 yards on 5 carries. Almost, well, no, we're over 300 yards rushing now for Pineview. At the half, Green Canyon actually had more yardage than Pineview. Pineview was operating on a short field the entire first half because of turnovers and short kicks and onside kick tries that didn't work. And, you know, Green Canyon kind of pulled out all the stops early, knowing that they were an underdog here. 11 seniors on this team, lots of kids. As I talked with Coach Ander before, I think he's excited. I get the feeling he's excited to kind of start something new and build it up and to see how these kids respond. So many young, inexperienced kids, not just young, but even just inexperienced kids without varsity experience. And they were thrown right into the fire here tonight against a very good Pineview team. Olson up the middle. 12 yards and a first down. Approaching 2 minutes to play in the ball game. Brown keeps. Picks up another 12 yards. Brown came in, ran a couple of plays at quarterback. Then it was number 8 for a couple of plays, Von Dinklage, and then it was Brown back out there. He looked twice to make sure it wasn't the 2 all wrinkled up on his jersey looking like an 8. But Von Dinklage ran a couple of plays, and then Brown came back out. Here's Olson, gets out of a tackle, still on his feet. Is he getting to the end zone? He is. Pineview said, look, we drove all this way, we might as well make the most of it. It's interesting, you've got this region and these teams up here and those teams down there that I know all feel like, everybody pays all this attention to the schools in Salt Lake and Provo area, the Utah County area. There's some pretty dang good football teams at the extreme ends of this state, and you're seeing Pineview right now show you that, yeah, they're a pretty darn good football team. I think there's a bunch of teams up here in this valley trying to find their identity right now, but it's going to turn into another good region up here like it always is. 69-21, Pineview rolling.
Over the period of time, my hearing became worse and worse.
Over the course of the years, I developed a hearing loss, and I would not be able to hear my employees talk to me sometimes.
For Paul Dane's and Cache Valley's integrity, his character, his background, his equipment, I would recommend him to anyone for a hearing aid specialist.
1:25 to play in the ball game. 69 points on the board for Pineview. 21 for Green Canyon. This game was tied at 14 apiece midway through the first quarter. Pineview just kept scoring. They had 35 points. At the end of the first quarter, they had 48 points. At halftime, 55 points at the end of 3, and they've added 2 more touchdowns here in the fourth. They've punted twice tonight. They've kicked 2 field goals. Everything else has been touchdowns. They've scored a defensive touchdown. They've only turned it over once. New kicker. Brooksby's leg is going to fall off. He has kicked so many times tonight. He turned back up the middle for Cole Wright. And Dykert's still out there, quarterback. Well, they've got their guys, and they're going to keep working them. This is a work in progress, this team. Again, so many guys without any experience. Every rep is a good rep. And they need to hurry. The back judge is thinking about counting this down from 5. Well, they got time as Hill swapped sides for a strong left. Give it up to Gasaway. Gasaway 125 yards rushing tonight. Add some more to it. He's got 130. A lot of that's come on just in the last couple of possessions. See if they run another play. There's 25 seconds and the clock's running. Gasaway's going to come off the field. He's put in a lot of work tonight. He'll need an ibuprofen tomorrow. Let him rest for a minute before you make him mow the lawn, Mom and Dad. It's going to be the last play of the ball game. Well, as for a debut, it's inauspicious for Green Canyon, but there are some flashes. There's something to work with out here in North Logan. It'll be interesting to see when they get into region play how that all plays out. Pineview beats Green Canyon 69-21. Thanks for joining us for the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Together, we're greater. Lewiston State Bank. Strong and vibrant for over a century. Cache Valley Electric. A tradition of excellence since 1915. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. Camp Chef. The way to cook outdoors. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance coverage for your family and business. The Book Table, your family store for books, music, toys, art, and much more. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's television station for over 25 years.